Good day, and welcome to my little woodworking channel. I'm Brent B, and I make solid wood game boards. I also make my fair share of big mistakes. In fact, you will probably see the one I made in this project coming from about a mile away, I would say. But hey, that's part of the fun, right? Or so I keep telling myself. You see, I'm a bit of a perfectionist. Okay, let's be honest, more than a bit. But this little venture of mine is good training for me. To be patient, not expect too much of myself, and enjoy the learning process. Rome wasn't built in a day, right? So where I live, in California, fall has just arrived, and while I really enjoy that season, it does make it somewhat more difficult because of the rise in humidity on some days. That's a problem for me because I don't have a workshop. The bench that you see here is all I have besides an open-air carport. So as the temperatures drop and the humidity goes up, my hobbies become a little more challenging. As you may know, humidity can easily warp your wood project if it hasn't been properly sealed. By the way, did you see my mistake yet? You will. I don't know about you, but when it starts getting significantly colder, I tend to stay indoors a lot more. The idea of playing an old-fashioned board game starts to sound good. And don't get me wrong, I enjoy video games as much as the next guy. There's something about a board game. I don't know, it's kind of the same feeling I get when I hold a physical book, right? There's something to be said about holding a nice paper book in your hand instead of reading a backlit screen on a phone. Anyway, this particular project that you see me making here, I'm making for some friends of ours up in Northern California, Joe, Sherry, and Jen. Last year when my wife and I were evacuated due to the mosquito fire, they so lovingly took us into their own home and quite literally gave us half of their house. It was wonderful. They were so loving and hospitable to us. And since they like Star Trek, I thought it would be nice to make them something handmade with that theme, with the emphasis on handmade, not AI made. There's a lot of AI in the news lately, and I'm not really the biggest fan of it. In fact, for you Trekkies out there, do you remember the episode in the original series with a supercomputer called M5? Remember that inventor of that computer? He was so high in himself and so proud of his son, the supercomputer, thinking it was essentially alive and could replace humans. Well, let's not forget what happened to M5. Anyway, while computers have their place, and I accept that, let's be clear, that place is not in the shoes of a man. But alas, I digress. Originally, I actually had different plans for this wood, and so I completely forgot about a certain detail that you may have noticed by now. Did you see it? It's that mistake of mine I was telling you about. Remember the old saying, measure twice, cut once? Well, I should have measured 3 times in this instance. Yeah, it gave me a little grief. But, hey, in the words of Bob Ross, you soon learn to work with whatever happens on the canvas. And that's true of a wooden canvas as well. Sometimes a mistake can be fatal to your project, but many times you can simply work with it. Sometimes it's a blessing in disguise. Not quite the case with this one, but fortunately I was able to work through it. I always like to seal the wood after my initial artwork, especially since I use a lot of wood dye. The contact paper I use for the painting of the marble holes tends to remove quite a bit of the dye if it hasn't been sealed, and it can also leave some very undesirable marks as well. But sealing it completely takes care of that problem. And yeah, you guessed it, I learned the hard way as far as that goes. So, hey, stick around, subscribe to my channel, and I'll make all the mistakes so that you don't have to. If you see my videos before, you know I'm more of an apprentice woodworker and a beginner when it comes to art. But I thought it'd be fun to make some videos chronicling my journey. I'm not exactly sure of its destination, but I'm sure I'll recognize it when I get there. And for my next video, I'm actually planning a little fun. I'm going to be doing a tribute to one of my favorite dinosaurs, the Brontosaurus. I just don't know anyone who wants a Brontosaurus themed aggravation board. So if you'd like to have it, let me know in the comments. You may want to wait until after you see the video and see how it comes out, if you really want it. Remember though, I'm a beginner, so go easy on me. Anyway, I'm not sure how much it costs to ship outside the United States yet, so for this one I want to limit it to someone who lives within the continental United States. But yeah, if you're interested in that, just let me know in the comments and maybe I'll give it to you. Anyways, I hope you enjoy this video, and definitely feel free to subscribe and watch my little journey. Like I said, I make solid wood game boards and I gift every one of them. It's just fun to make a gift for somebody, and it's fun to work with wood, so I'm thoroughly enjoying it. So we'll catch you next time, and thanks for watching.